think I'm going to start working on the ceiling paneling now. Once I get it up and installed, I can also get the lights up, which would be really nice for working in here. But I already ran into a problem. I've been shopping for new AC units, and everyone I'm finding is going to bump into the electrical junction box here that I installed for the solar panels. I think I got to move it, which really sucks because that means more holes in the roof, but I can't think of anything else to do. Every hole I drill in the roof gives me so much anxiety. Here we go. Nice. That wasn't too bad. I have a tendency to work things up into something bigger than it is, and once I jump in and start working on it, it's not usually that big of a deal. Been putting that off for a month though. Been dreading doing it. It only took me like 45 minutes I think to get that thing moved. I'll have to do the ceiling in a couple different pieces. I think I'm gonna do the back section first, and I'm gonna make a template just like I did on the walls, but then I think I'm gonna transfer the template into the computer and cut the piece of wood out with the CNC table. That way I'll have perfectly straight lines where I want them, and I can cut the holes out for the lights, and I might put little grooves in the roof too so it looks like a wall paneling, kind of like that look on the ceiling, and that'd be pretty easy to do on the CNC table. Alright, I brought all the measurements into Aspire. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this with large templates. I wish there was a more automatic way to scan the shape and bring it into the computer. But what I do is take a picture of it just as reference, and I bring that in, and then take measurements off of the piece of plywood and make sure it all matches up. This is the shape of the first ceiling panel, and then I also put in all these grid lines that'll make it look like kind of like wainscoting or wall paneling. I'm a little bit nervous about this too because it's gonna be hard to get the subsequent pieces matched up. You want I think the same grid lines carrying all the way through the roof. So that's gonna be a bit of a challenge. But if it works, I think it's gonna look nice. And if I did everything right, it should look like this when it comes off the table. It's a little bit of an experiment. We'll see if this works or not. First thing I'm gonna do is mark more locations where I can put fasteners in the middle in the parts that I'll cut out and in other areas that it's safe to do so. I think it's all set. Switching over to an end mill to cut out the shapes. let's see if this fits. I'm gonna be very surprised if it does, but it's an experiment at least. I don't know if I got really lucky or what, but I think that's gonna work. Cool. This next piece is gonna be a test to see if I can get the grooves lined up with the previous piece. I'm thinking I might ask Kelly to put a design in it, see if she has any ideas of things we could do. We could kind of showcase this here in the roof, and might be kind of neat, make it unique. Are you gonna put a bird on it?
Yeah.
All right, if I got this right, it should follow the line I marked on the plywood pretty closely. Fingers crossed. That was a lot of work. It took a long time to map all those onto the computer and cut them out, but it's pretty satisfying just bringing them off the table and lifting them right into place. I'm happy with how they turned out too. I think I'm gonna take some painter's caulk and fill in the cracks, and then also put some spackling over the holes, and then tomorrow I can sand it down and put some paint on it. Alright, got it all masked off. Hung some plastic covers on the walls so the spray won't get everywhere. And gonna give it a coat of primer and then a couple top coats. Working on installing the lights now. I'm excited to get them up so so I can start using them to work in here. It's gonna be really nice. I love how minimal they are. Really tiny little LED pucks. In contrast, this is the old lights here. I'm sure these put out more light, but take up a lot of room, and headspace is a premium in here, so I'm excited to get these installed there. I was one light short, dang it. Not very good at counting, I guess. But I think I can hook them up now. I got a temporary power adapter to power them until I get the actual power unit in there. Let me see if I can plug it in. Nice, works. Yeah, I'm excited with how the roof turned out. It's kind of a bummer I had to put a seam right here, but I couldn't find any sheets that were 5 foot by 10 foot. And that's what I needed for this big section. So at least I could put it over the bed area up here and a little bit more hidden. And I really like how minimal the lights are now. They're up really flush with the ceiling and put out some good light. I think I'm gonna move on to installing the floor. But first I'm gonna get Kelly to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. Kelly and I have both had accounts for a couple of years now. I've really learned a lot through the online courses that Skillshare offers.
As a freelance graphic designer, I'm always looking to learn new techniques and new illustration styles that will benefit my own work. Skillshare is a great resource for this. They have amazing tutorials, they have follow-along projects that guide you from step 1 to finished stage. Two personal favourite classes of mine are Jerome Vogel and Terry Runyon. They teach a lot about Procreate processes and different art styles, which I love to bring into my own work. And I know Justin has learned a lot about CNC programming, SketchUp and video editing. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads, they're always launching new premium classes, and an annual subscription is less than $10 a month. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description below will get a free trial of Skillshare premium membership. Justin and I can't recommend Skillshare enough and thank them for supporting this channel.
I put some thought into it, and originally I was thinking I'd build the cabinets and then just run the floor up to the base of the cabinets. But I decided to cover the entire floor with the flooring because I think there's going to be some drawers and storage areas that just open up into the area underneath. And it'd be nice to have the flooring underneath there. And it'd also be better for leaks and stuff, I think. So I'm just going to cover the entire space with the flooring and have a really nice base for the rest of the van build. First thing I'm gonna do is get everything cleaned up really nice, make sure there's nothing stuck to the ground, and then put down some underlayment. I got all the underlayment down, and I put a board across the front where the laminate flooring is gonna stop. The front part's gonna be carpet, and then it's going to switch to laminate flooring for the rest of the way back. I think I'm just going to start putting some pieces down in the middle and get a big section built and then work towards the outsides. Putting a trim piece across the backside, so I have to leave it a little bit short. More templates. The floors are done. Took me a while cutting out around all the odd shapes and all the corners, getting a nice tight fit around the perimeter, but happy with how it turned out. I still have a little bit of trim to put down that'll go around the border of the step, but I gotta figure out where the cabinets are gonna go before I put those pieces down. So I'm gonna leave that for now. I think the last thing I wanted to do in this video is set the AC up on top of the roof. Now that I moved that electrical junction box, I can put that up there. Decided to spend a little bit more money and get an AC with a heat pump in it. I think it'll be really nice at campgrounds and whenever we're plugged in to be able to heat the camper van with the AC unit instead of burning propane in the gas furnace. These things heavy though, so I think I'm gonna sit on the forklift and lift it up and set it over the hole on the roof.